Good morning, it is Jane. I haven't used this particular stencil for a while, and this is just one of my stencils. I've got quite a few. So there's 3 different sets now. That's the ones, that's got the 3 big faces. This is the flower girl, so it's the face and a flower. And the other stencil set I have at the moment is the one that you make. It's got the hair, the neck and accessories, and the different eyes and nose and mouth. Very handy for people who just want a little head start, a little, literally. Maybe I could use pastel just to do something different, just to mix it up. I kind of want her to have her face tipped down a little. I can either erase with my brush just to soften it off, but if I wanted to erase, I can get out an actual eraser. I want to do like a little closed eye. So I'm going to do this. I'm just going to change this a little. Sometimes people feel like that might be cheating by using an aid like this. Don't worry, the masters, they did the same thing. So they had whatever tools were available to them. Sometimes you don't have a lot of time for art, and you've got a little idea, and whatever helps you get to that idea is all legitimate. I might, because I can add water to these and get a very soft, flowing feeling, and that's sort of, I'm feeling soft, flowing feeling. I'm switching. This is a colour called Bear. So this is from my Art Essentials collection. Now I want this eye. I'm going to have her eye shut. Maybe I'm going to change the little, where the stencil is, I'm going to have a little break in the mouth, just so her lips are a little bit open, so she's doing what I do all the time, just sort of talking to herself. Oh, pastels, seriously, they are so good. I'm just going to turn that over. I've washed these, and you can just wash them and reuse them. I could always come back in with something stronger later. And rather than blowing on that, I'm just going to really lightly just brush the crumbs away. So I'm just toning that down a little, but I am going to add a little bit of pink cheeks. Could even put in a little bit of contouring if I wanted, but I want her face to be soft, so maybe I don't want that contour. So I can just take that off. I'm just going to add a little bit of this soft pink here. Down, I'm going to alternate between Mystic, was this Feather? Wait a minute. Feather and Bear, these 2 colours. These are just 2 of my favourite combinations of colours, just chocolate brown and lilac. I think it's so pretty. So I'm going to come into a little bit of a shoulder moment. And then my vision was to have the shoreline coming along in the background here. So I don't want to totally remove that, but I just want to keep just a soft record. I'm going to come in with my brown again. This sway of the neck here, and then I want the hair to start growing. Now she's a mermaid, she's got a lot of hair, so I'm just going to, the wind is going to be blowing her hair across the page, and your hair doesn't just start sprouting from the back of your head. You feel on the back of your neck yourself, and you can feel that your hair starts growing on the back of your neck. So I'm starting that down here and then swaying out to suggest volume, that there's a lot of hair in there. And it doesn't just start behind your ear, it comes in front of your ear. Think of a man's sideburns. So I'm just going to have a few little blowy bits here.
Let's go for a traditional blonde, shall we? So a good colour for that is Naples yellow. A little bit of buff and a little bit of spice. And I'm going to start with a little bit of this yellow. If in doubt, put water down. Just paint with water and just come up. You can use a smaller brush if you are not crazy like me. Mixed in a little bit of cocoa and a little bit of sand, and just bringing in a little bit of a darker color, just to say this hair is going back. This hair is up the top, is in front, because this is in spatially. This is closer to us than this. Usually a bit darker coming from the roots. The white background is severely competing with the really fair tones. So I've got my little map there of my colours. I'm going to mix a colour. So I've got some mermaid there. So I'm in this category of greens here. So if I go across my colour wheel, I'm into these like pure red, just a little touch of this, and see how we go. So these two colours together, it's sort of going to make a lilac-y grey is what I'm after. Oh, we're going into a beautiful turquoise at the moment. See how this is a grayed off version of my mermaid? I'm going to just be brave and start here and just go around her. And if I want to lighten that off, I can always come in with my paper towel. And that will just add a little bit more dimension. Into the shadows of the face, and then if I want to soften that, which I do, I just make sure I've got a clean water brush and just spread that mermaid marker out just a fraction. So I can just add a little bit of definition. I don't want to get too outliney or anything like that. I just wanted to add a little bit of shading, perhaps just a little bit of softness. Moment, this is the darkest color that I have on the page. If I went in with a little bit of black, even on her eyes, that would really stand out. So I would, if I was going to use some depth out here, I'd make sure it was really a soft black, I wouldn't use my LTQ all of a sudden. Over here, maybe. You think of stencils as creating bold works, and stamps, same thing, but you can create really soft effects. Remember, I pounced through with the palette pastels, and then we've used the watercolors, the pencils, we've used a little bit of aqua pastels, and our other little various things. Thanks so much for joining me.